Hello, everyone. Good evening. We meet again. So, welcome to Enabling Supply Chain Management Channel, ESCM Indonesia. And tonight, I'm Efrata. I will become the host again. Yeah, and this is an interesting topic tonight. We will have topic about integrated supply chain, and we will have our honorable guest speaker tonight, which is Mr. Fajar Andi Wibowo. And Mr. Fajar already in our channel right now. Hello, good evening, Mr. Fajar. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening, Pak Efrata. Good evening, everyone. I hope you have a good day, a good Sunday today.
Yes, okay, thank you, Mr. Fajar, and yeah, thank you also to everyone who watch us in this channel. This is Sunday evening, but you still have time, spare time to watch us tonight, yeah. And Mr. Fajar is the head of supply chain from PT Bukit Muria Jaya or BMJ, which is a part of Jarum Group, and he can introduce himself quite a bit because he and me already know for a long time, yeah, Mr. Fajar. Maybe more than 10 years,
Yes,
right? Yeah, more than 10 years we already
sure,
know.
definitely. More than 10 years, more than one decade.
Okay, maybe you can tell our friend, everyone in here, a little bit about yourself, yeah, Mr. Fajar.
Yeah, my name Fajar Anwibowo. So I think some of you already enjoy this Sunday, and of course here I will try to a little bit sharing my knowledge. This is a real best practice about the integrated supply chain that I'm going to give a little bit brief. So for those of you that also manage the SNOP implementation in your company and also in your maybe in your institution, yeah. So I hope it will be give valued knowledge for you all.
All right,
So
yeah.
I think that's all.
Thank you for the introduction, Mr. Fajar. So, as usually, friends, everyone, tonight we will have a Menti matter. Yeah. So, I will play the Menti in here. So, please prepare your gadget. So, open the menti.com and then put the code 1430723. And then please participate to answer the questions one word about sales and operation planning. Yeah, please go to the menti.com again and then answer the question one word about supply chain planning. Yeah. Okay, and then we wait the answer in here. This is the real questions and answer. So once you put the answer in here, you will have the word will appear. Okay, I think it's already appear, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There
SEM
is two words. Yeah,
supply,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, what do you think, Mr. Fajar? Is it related?
STM, supply chain management. Yes, it's very yeah dependent. SNOP part of the supply chain management. Yeah, interesting part. There is a revenue as well. We're gonna, yeah, it's one of the critical component that revenue is a driven factor in the SNOP.
Yes.
And also I saw there is
WOS,
a demand. Yes,
OOS.
demand is related with revenue.
Yes.
Double
S.
OS
Out of
means
stock,
that
I
out
think.
of stock.
Yeah, out of stock.
Okay, out of stock. Yes, out of stock. Yeah, maybe part of the execution. Yeah, out of stock. But
Okay.
I think it's more related when we evaluate the SNOP
Okay.
performance.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
efficient is
overstock as well, ya Pak. Out of stock,
getting
overstock.
bigger. Yeah. Overstock. Yeah,
Maybe our friend facing
overstock.
out of
Yeah.
overstock and out of stock ya currently in the pandemic era. So that's why they put in here sales and operation planning talking about overstock.
Uh huh.
Yeah, maybe
Interesting
you can
word
put some tips as well during the
also.
presentation, yeah, Mr. Fajar, how to deal with the overstock.
Sure, sure.
Mm.
This is part of
Okay.
my. I mean, I think
Uh,
it's part of my tips, critical keywords. Of course, what is the key success factor?
mm.
I'm going to share to all of you.
Yes, yeah. And forecasting getting bigger, also efficient. So more than
Uh,
one people talking about
yeah.
efficient. Do you think
Forecasting,
efficient?
yeah, it's a trigger for demand actually. It's a
Mm,
trigger for demand because forecast, if we are talking about backward, it's a
mm,
statistical data information that we
mm,
cook in certain software that we had,
mm,
and after that,
mm,
the forecasting will become an input for demand validation.
mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
some
think the big word is among the forecasting and efficient. Yeah,
efficient.
efficient. Yes, I think efficient also uh,
Mm,
is keywords in the SNOP executions.
mm.
Uh,
Okay, let
okay,
me
interesting.
see how
A lot
many
of words.
people. Yeah, we can say good evening to our friend in here, Mr. Yunas. Good evening, Pak Yunas, and then Mr. Krisnov,
Uh,
Mr. Wahyu, Mr. Suryo, and Mr. Karmin, Mr. Bangsawan, Mr. Ahmad Sultoni. Good evening. Yeah, is anyone knows you or you knows Mr. Fajar? This is one of your friend, maybe colleagues.
yeah, yeah. Uh, Yeah, I think good evening, yeah, for everyone. But I see here there is a Pak Krishnov. Yeah, Pak Krishnov. Good evening. Thanks for joining, Pak Suryo as well. Good evening, Pak. And then all of friends here. Good
Hmm.
evening. I think we are glad to be part of you in this Sunday.
Okay, yeah, thank you everyone for joining our channel. And again, we will start soon with the presentation. So if you have any questions,
Mhm.
please feel free to write down your questions during the presentation in the chat box on the right side in this channel. And then we will discuss answer from your questions after presentation from Mr. Fajar. Yeah, feel free to write down in English. It's better, but if you want to talk, I mean to put the question in Indonesian also, it's fine for us, yeah, because I can translate it for Fajar and then we can discuss it. And again, I think a lot of friend also already participate in here.
Yeah.
33 in Mentimeter. The big word is efficient, and the second is forecasting. What do you think? Efficient, yeah, Pak Fajar?
Yeah. Efficient supposedly is the objective of SNOP, one of the objective of the SNOP, because we have a dashboard how to
Hmm.
measure the quantitative number, and then we put a range as an efficient,
Hmm.
especially if we related the efficient is more about the cost. I
Hmm.
mean, the cost will be part of the SNOP objective. Revenue, demand,
Hmm.
and also forecasting is a trigger factor for the process
Hmm.
in the upstream side, and efficient is in the middle side, which
Wow.
is the
Hmm.
cost is very very close with the efficient
Hmm.
objective.
Yes, wow, very interesting. So most of our friend already put the right keyword tonight, yeah, Mr. Fajar. Yeah, okay. I think
Yeah,
we can start. Do you agree?
yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
can start
Okay, yeah.
now.
Thank you, friends, colleagues, everyone, yeah, for joining the games in Mentimeter and then answering the real question and answer. I mean, the real questions, yeah. One word about sales and operation planning. And we will start with the presentation from Mr. Fajar about integrated supply chain and mostly talking about sales and operation planning, of course. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fajar. Time is yours to present your presentation.
Okay. let's start with with my slide decks. Sorry if the slide is not really cover the full screen, but this I hope you can view comfortable enough. So if we're talking about the integrated supply chain, which is through SNOP best practice, and of course it should be also covered by the technology adoptions. It is very interesting because most of the common company, which is the middle scale, big scale, or even the small scale company, they have started SNOP since they feel that integrated is very important part between the commercial and also the operation. So yeah, the next slide, Pak Dedi, maybe you can move forward. Yeah, this is just my formal introductions, my education background. I have almost 24 years experience in some company, a multinational company, and now I work for BMJ, part of Jarum Group. So in spite of education and career, I also become a part of member in some association, and yeah, that's a little bit my short brief. Okay, move forward, Denny. Yes. Okay. Prior I introduce about the SNOP best practice. So everyone, supposedly know that supply chain is in the middle. I mean, in the middle means that it's like a bridge. So supply chain will be contributes, of course, to the overall company financial performance. Every company, they are very depending on the supply chain, because supply chain can give a competitiveness, which is consists three different elements, which is turnover, revenue. I think some of you guys already mentioned revenues, which is revenue means here can turn over the revenue. So the more competitive means the turnover revenue will be very fast, and part of this, the service level will be beneficial to the turnover, the revenue. And the other things is a free cash flow. Okay, we knew that this condition, this current situation, a company needs a free cash flow. So means that this is a very crucial element for the company to improve their competitiveness with a free cash flow. And next is about the operating profits. When we reduce the costs, we also will increase the operating profits. And the other thing is about reducing inventory. Inventory will be trigger for the free cash flow. So the company will more focus, especially the supply chain side, will more focus on this competitiveness, especially in the recent condition, which is in the COVID-19 pandemic. I think some colleagues already share some knowledge from those factor in this circle. Yeah. Okay, Pak Denny, move forward. Yeah, in spite of contributes the competitiveness, so supply chain also will focus in the current era, and then in the future, supply chain will be part of the sustainability. Means that there will be a trend that supply chain will be focusing on the green. So everyone has knew about green supply chain, maybe the name, the title, or the tagline, the green supply chain, which has three different elements: the carbon reduction, the energy saving, and also the waste reduction. So we're gonna talk about green supply chain, but maybe some other time. It's very interesting part. Yeah, this will be a supply chain for contribute the sustainability. So the business will sustain without disruption from the community, from the environment, and comply with the regulation with the green supply chain. Okay, move forward, Pak. Okay, so now we came up what is actually the integrated supply chain stage and the evolution. So if we saw in this slide, typically a company go stage by stage, which is according to their maturity. So the company start from the step or the stage 1 until stage 5. So we saw a lot of a company in the stage 1, maybe the company that they don't have a chain among the functions, so they work independently. So I think the number of the company very rare, yeah, at this time, because this is the enemy for company growth, because they need the integration. In the stage 2, a company who realize that they need to, something like improve their competitiveness, they are starting to conduct few or several projects. The project will be based on in the operation area or in the supporting area. So we see that there is a start company that has several functions. They just want to improve their competitiveness, but they haven't actually integrate amongst the function. In the stage 3, there will be a starting communication. If you see the arrow between the commercial operations and also supporting or enable functions, there is a integration. They already knew that we cannot survive without integrations, but this is just in the scale of the company itself. And in the stage 4, it's going up. It will the value, but this is just a beginning stage of how they discover the value itself. This company usually they already stretching the process of S&OP, because the actualization of the integration as a common is S&OP for every company. And then the stage 5, they already disperse. I mean, they already share value that they have discovered in the previous stage to the next community. I mean, the supply chain community. They already leverage to the external side, means that the supplier side and the customer side. So that's actually part of the evolution, the integrated supply chain stage. Okay, Pak Efrata, the next part. Okay. Usually, my company and every company, before they implement the S&OP, they start to define part of their transformation. So the company will make a transformation part of they change the process of integrated planning, the supply chain. So they define the as is. I can imagine if all of us we are not feeling well, so we go to the doctor, and then we say to the doctor, after the doctor asks us, what have you felt? Are you feeling fever, for example? Are you feeling hawk, or are you feeling something that you are strange? So we need to identify and talk to the doctor. oh, I'm not feeling well. My stomach hurts. My fever. I have a light fever. So we need to diagnose, and the doctor will help us to diagnose. So as is determine a portrait or a picture of our company. So all the supply chain metrics uh, in when we start to identify what is this disconnect process, what is actually the weak of our business flow at that time. I think 5 years ago we identified to start this transformation. Yeah, and after that we try to make what we're gonna move forward, what we want to be. That's part of our transformation goal, and we need to define the scope first. So the SA scope is something that we have a weak part. To B is something that what we want to cover and what we want to improve from the weak factor, and then we need to action. The action is through implementation. So the supply chain transformation in my company 5 years ago, we actually actualized the SNOP is part of one of the decision from the top management, and I've been appointed to start running and lead the project. So after the implementation, usually we need to do a reconfigure what have went well, what have not been going well as the plan. I mean the plan is to be part. Okay, Pak. We move to the next slide. Okay, if we're talking about SNOP, there are three different perspectives in the company. So the company has the operational side on the left, which is talking about monthly divided into weekly and maybe daily. And in the middle, there is a tactical, which is talking about monthly. And the tactical will consist a lot of part here, and the strategic. So the horizon is differentiated by the time. If we talk about strategic, it's more on the long term and more on the link into the vision of the company and mission as well for the strategic part. So SNOP actually will be in the between operational and tactical. So that's actually we're gonna work on as a bridge between the operational and the tactical. Okay, Pak Denny, move to the next. Okay, here I mentioned in the previous slides. So operational and tactical will be part of the SNOP work area. So there is a lot of activity in the SNOP. So certainly the integration supposed to be done in the very short term of periods. So one cycle SNOP is 1 month, but not fully 1 month is one common calendar. But I will tell you in the next slide what is the SNOP cycle in my company. Okay, next slide, Pak. Well, I believe if you see the picture, there is a lot of interest from the board of director or the head of division here, because so for example, like VP purchasing or VP procurement, so he looks about the cost spending reductions, and he looks also for the savings spendings for any purchase category. In the other part, if we're talking about manufacture, so the manufacturer always have a goal how to reduce, or I mean like how to reduce the inefficient activity and also increase the productivity. And in the other part, the VP from supply chain, he looks focusing on the inventory reductions. And the last person, the VP commercial or VP sales, they are looking a goal for how to increase my revenue, to increase the demand, yeah, from their clients. That's actually is a common sense, but this one become a very dangerous if they are not integrate among them. So SNOP will be part of implementation, how to bonding those interests. Okay, Pak. Next. Well, as I said in previous, SNOP is like a bridge. So we have two different area here. On the left is about the business strategy, and on the right for the execution. So formalize of the business strategy has to be a very smooth in the execution, because otherwise there will be a problem how to control and how to manage the bottom line of the financial. That's why the SNOP very crucial and treat like a bridge activity in the company. So that's a little bit talking about the bridge of SNOP. The next. Okay, it's about the process integration. So as I put in the previous, the strategic, so we have actually some key element in the SNOP, how to bridge between the operational and tactical plan, which is from the rolling 12-month forecast. In fact, we are not really work on the 12 months, but we are working until 4 months, 3 to 4 month forecast. And of course, it will generate the efficiency or effectively here to enable the demand and also the capacity on the operation. Capacity is part of the supply review. Okay, so it's generate a uniform. So I mean that if there is a uniform among the commercial and the operation, the uniform, it will be easily to agree and set the numbers, which is how we're gonna work out for the next month, for example. The next month implementation to run the business. Okay, next. Okay, here is the puzzle. A puzzle that on the left, we see that there is a lot of activity that needs to be bounding by SNOP. So the activity that's previously on the left is scatter, not tagged among the other activity. So by SNOP, we gonna tie up and bonding all the activity like marketing plan, sales plan, and like the financial plan, like the supply plan. There is a lot of activity that we can bonding in the SNOP as the integrated planning. Okay, Pak. Next. Here are some activity that part of the collaboration or integrated in our company. There is a certain activity starting from the left side on the top, which is demand planning meeting. So we try to conduct a lot of demand meeting with certain brand manager or account managers and marketing as well to ensure what is their commitment, their agreed plan to selling the product, how much the product that's going to be sell for the next month. And supply planning meeting as well. In separately, we are working with some operational colleagues, like in the production, in the like quality. Also, we are also working research and development, the product development. We are working part of the supply planning meeting, and those will deliver a next pre-SNOP meeting, which call it BOT, as a balance of trade. So the function that have been met in the separate meeting that we facilitate, and we also drive for the next meeting, BOT. We are trying to make an agreement between the sales and also the supply, and those will make a final SNOP meeting, which is attended by the BOD. The CEO will be part, and also the general and senior management will be part of the final SNOP meeting, because this is a very crucial how we're going to work out with the few scenario that we have developed in the pre-SNOP meeting. Okay, next. Okay. A wheel is, I can imagine SNOP is a wheel actually. And of course, the wheel need to turn fast. So we have 6 wheel here. The first is about demand. It's a clockwise here. So we start from the demand, and then from the demand review, we're gonna move to the supply review. So the demand review, demand planning and review, move to the supply, and we also make sure that all the constraints that have been identified by in the supply review prior move to the BOT. So BOT stands for balance of trades. So all the revenue and costs that have been identified and determined in the supply, it will be translated to the financial quantitative number, and we're gonna discuss with the financial guys according to their target, and then we came up from the proposal for conduct the final SNOP to be executed. And then sorry, I was forgot that prior to the demand is supposed to be triggered by forecast, because forecast is an upstream process, and we are using a different software outside the ERP that we use to run the SNOP. Okay, Pak Efrata, so move forward. Okay, this is the timing and duration that we executed most of the month. We are start from the day one. Yeah, they are capturing actually the actual process, like the data, the actual data that have been identified, the actual sales from the previous month, the position of the inventory. We also capturing the from the vendors, and then we capturing also all the master the bill order material in the day 1 until day 3, and then we have also consolidated meeting in day mostly in the day 6 or day 7 to have the demand planning, and also supply review meeting in the day 7. This is actually a weekday in spite of public holiday, so prior to the supply, we are making a consensus also with some brand manager. What is the new NPI product introduction or new product that are going to be launched? And the other part, we also make sure all the guy and marketing, how much quantity, how much volume, how much price they have updated in our ERP before we conduct the supply review meeting. And in a supply, in the day 7, we conduct the evaluation about the capacity, the scheduling with our production manufacturer. We have 3 different paper machines and also 8 different printing machine and also the converter machine. So we actually calculate what is the real capacity. Is it under capacity or exceeds capacity, the demand that we receive? And all the costs, including the activity costs, the manpower, planning, will be part of the supply review. And we also tie up with the conditioning of the warehouse and the transport that we manage, usually part of the supply. And then in the day 10, we move to the pre BOT and also the BOT a day after, until we conduct the final S&OP plan, usually in the day in between day 15 to 16, and then day 18 we came up from the decision and the sign off of the published plan to be executed a month later. So that's actually the timing and duration. So 18 days is an our effective days to run the S&OP cycle. Okay, move Pak Denny. Okay, regarding the technology adoption. So what I'm going to try here, the key actually for S&OP to be successful is you need to have 50% at least the system or the method how to run the S&OP. The 30 or the 40% maximum is about the commitment, the transparency, sharing the risks, and also the consistency how to implement the S&OP. And then the rest 10% is about technology adoption. So we're talking about technology. Yeah, it's quite helpful how to make productive in running S&OP. But make sure before use the appropriate system, make sure the 50% S&OP methodology or S&OP flow, it's already run properly. And then the maturity of the management, it's already proven. Otherwise, there will be a problem. Although you empower a new system to make automation process. Make help on your S&OP process. So in the company, my company actually, we try to do the adoption of Acumatica. So Acumatica is similar with SAP. So SAP, we have been used SAP since almost 10 years ago in the company. So through the application program interface or API, so SAP will deliver live data, which consists a lot of required parameters to the Acumatica. So we are working actually the supply chain planner, my team, actually working to run Acumatica with several activity part of the cycle SNOP. So if we see that the live data like the PO, the SO, the BOM, and also the production order, all the live data SNOP we receive in Akumatica, and the feature uh, will be according to our live data. And if we see that there is a lot of benefits in the Akumatica, so we try to build a solution. There is a paper and also packaging a solution. And on the left, there is a lot of feature RM and also like NPS, the profitability analysis. And if you want to make a dummy BOM to simulate what is the best price, the optimum price that we will offer to the potential customer, we can run it in the Akumatica, because Akumatica is a cloud-based, and of course we do not have to pay the license like SAP, but Akumatica will have a very a flexible. We want to add or reduce the number of license. So there is a lot of benefits that we using the Akumatica. It almost 1 year we just starting use the Akumatica to run the SNOP, because it's not gonna be easy if we run the SNOP in the SAP. It's because SAP, the nature of the system is most likely is for the execution. So you cannot have a flexible things enough in SAP. So that's why we embark the Akumatica to be part of SNOP simulation engine. So this is a technology that we have adopted, which is running around 1 year. Okay, Pak Denny, I think that's from the technology. Well, it's a wrap up that almost 5 years that we run SNOP. What is the best and the good and the bad things? I mean, like the challenge from internal and external. Why make in the company through, because in internal we had a competency of the people. Prior we conduct SNOP, we also part of the transformation supply chain. We run supply chain corporate education program in order to make people aware about the importance of the supply chain. So from the selective people until the some of the top and the middle senior management involved in this training program. We also have a silo mindset or the status quo, because they feel quite comfortable with the previous or the current system that we had almost 5 years ago. But this is supposed to be, we need to break out this mindset. So internal, usually all the company, especially me working in the local company, they have a very strong culture on the silo mindset. But now I believe we don't have any single people that they have a silo mindset, even the top management. And the third one is about the limited resource. That's happened actually when we just start the project, supply chain transformations, and then we understand that we need a multi-skill how to run the project, because project is the activity that they have budget constraint. That's why we are very hard, extraordinary to conduct the supply chain transformation program, and also including SNOP project, which I led at the time. And the last, what I foresee is different interests. So yeah, I think it's part of one slide in the very earlier that everyone has a different interest. The VP sales, the VP purchasing, procurement, the VP, like the VP from productions, yeah. The finance also have a different interest. And external, of course, the challenge is talking about the regulation, because we are working on the cigarette and tobacco industry that has a very sensitive regulations. Declining, of course, the worldwide market shrinkage. This is a threat actually, but until now we are still survive with growth. Oversupply in the market, it's almost something like trigger also the price war for among the competitors. The import duty and the control supply monopoly. Now all the country that they feel that cigarette is supposed to be a monopoly for the supply. It's also part of the challenge how to deal with that. And then consolidated approach. So from the rival, they have a very strong consolidated, because the pie cake has shrinkage. The other thing they need to consolidate, and this is the maturity of the cigarette industry for another 5 to 10 years, I think. Okay, Pak, next. Okay, we're talking about benefits. I try to brief some key result that we have been go through so far. So this is I take from my dashboard for last semester, the first semester this year. So with SNOP or integrated, it's almost run almost 5 years. Yeah. But now, from the perspective revenue, we able to make a year-on-year revenue increase 9% from the first semesters. Year-on-year service level as well, we able to leverage up for 5%. And we able to make a decreasing almost 16%. From the previous. The gross profit as part of the bottom line that we measure in the SNOP, we able to increase 30%, and equivalent with the gross margin, we leverage up. The forecast accuracy is part of the SNOP upstream process. We increasing 16%. So average, our forecast accuracy now is about 70 to 75%. Year-on-year demand accuracy, this is part of the consensus and the accuracy of our marketing and commercial guys to execute their commitment. We are able to increase until consolidated until the 30%. And the total supply chain costs, we can decrease 6%. So that's the tangible quantitative that we able to realize through the integrated supply chain. The other intangible, what I can brief here, we have a better integration. So all the people, they are feel if they want to do something, they have to talk, they have to share to their counterpart. What will be the constraint if I do this one? What is the benefit for us if I want to propose this one? So it's also part of the transparency among the team. We can improve also the process of how to effective running SNOP from day 1 until day 18. And another one is about cultural and mindset change. We see local companies have a very unique and challenging culture, but now we are a very professional how to run business. Although Jarum, it's already it's up to us if we want to set up how we manage professional the business from the shareholder to the stakeholders. And the last part is, I think, is a trust. It's a trust between the team and the stakeholder. It's a very crucial. We felt that is it intangible. I cannot imagine. It's already past 4 years, but everyone, they are now feeling we are one team, and if we have a concern, we have a proposal how to get a better idea, we have to talk each others. We need to blend. We already blending each other and sustainable for the business growth. So that's the benefits that I can wrap up. Actually, coding our best practice is in SM. Okay, I think this is my last slide. The key success factors from SNOP collaborations. So the center one, which is in the red box, is about the collectively. The collectively is something that it's already the decision. It's already agreed amongst the team. And this is something that if we execute the decisions, the what to be executed in the next month, so it's going to be sharing collective response. Decision maker. We are talking about a component behind commitments, accept compromise, and share the risk. They should be transparent, sitting the same table, discuss how we provide solutions, how is the challenge if we choose the A scenario, if we choose the B scenario or C scenario or etc. So there will be a part of the trigger factor. We want to make a collective decisions. So that's actually all the things that become key success factors. So I would like to thank you for having a time with me. So I wish you enjoy from a couple of slides, and I leave it back to Pak Denny Efrata.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Pak Fajar, for the presentation. And then the closing marks is Eureka, right? Oh, this is a very old jargon that I know. This is from Archimedes, right?
Yes. You know, when the people discover good things or surprisingly. So you have to say Eureka. This is almost we try. Why we use this tagline part of our company in the daily activity, because we felt that everyone needs to do a new things to discover a good results. I mean, we are
Yes.
open for any Eureka. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, wonderful. This is more than 2000 years old, yeah, for the jargon of Eureka. Okay, thank you again, Pak Fajar. And we already discussed a lot about SNOP and how SNOP implemented in BMG. And BMG is part of Jarum Group, right? So, Jarum basically is a cigarette company, but BMG is not a cigarette company, right, Pak? Can you explain more about the business of BMG? BMJ.
Yeah,
Mm.
BMJ actually we are specialty produce paper
Mm.
for cigarette with many different features and also specifications. So we are totally different with the company who produce a plain paper like Asia Pulp Paper, or like maybe other company produce toilet papers. So we are a very different. We produce a specialty paper for cigarette industry, but not only we supply Jarum, our parent company. We supply also the competitor from our parent company, like Sampurna, like Bentul. We also conduct and export a lot of paper to 5 different continents. And the other, we also supply a packaging cigarette pack, and also some company like consumer goods company and pharmaceutical company like GSK, like Daria Faria, like Arnott's, the biscuit company, like even we just apply to like LF Beauty is a cosmetic, and also we plan to supply Nestle as well. Part of our clients, we are in the progress to develop some products for the cigarette, not cigarette, packaging pack, flexible packaging.
Okay, so this is quite number of the customer, and then I heard that the most of the customer is a global company as well. And then how about
Yeah.
the market share? Is it you are the leaders in the market share of what is it? The paper cigarettes and then the paper industry, Pak?
From the paper, from the worldwide cigarette paper, we supply almost 12% of worldwide share.
Worldwide.
So we supply 12%, and we have 4 competitors. Mostly they are based in Europe, in France, in Spain, in Austria, in Germany, and another one, our closer competitor in China, but they are actually focusing on their domestic market. So we just focusing the competition with the European players. And for the packaging, we actually focusing our the business still in the cigarette industry for almost 80% supply. But 20% we are still servicing for, as I said previously, to pharmaceutical, consumer good company, cosmetic company, something like that.
Okay, oh, it's a quite a big business, yeah, Pak Fajar. And
Yes.
regarding your presentation, I think I have a question, yeah, before we discuss about question for the participant, because the terminology of sales and operation planning that you mentioned is already implemented quite a long time, yeah, like 5 years in the company. Maybe quick questions: is it only for a big company? Or we can implement the SNOP in the small medium enterprises as well, Pak?
Okay. every company has to make a plan for selling, right? And other things they need to consider, if I want to make a plan for sales, how much cost I need to plan in order to realize the revenue or the sales plan target. And then after that, how much pocket left, how much money left in my pocket after the revenue plan reduced by the cost plan. So means that every company, even like the question raised about the small medium enterprise, can SNOP can conduct it on it, because every company has a plan, right? But the cycle and the model, it's very dependent on the company business scale. For the SME, what I foresee is something like maybe the sales and also the operation can conduct a very maybe small scale meeting among the teams, and then they are referring to the company financial target, and then they make an agreement until they meet among the sales and operation. That can be say as an sales and operation planning. It doesn't have to be follow and conduct a very hierarchy meetings like my company probably. Even the SME can conduct a very straightforward meeting. That still represent essential of SNOP.
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
Yeah, but the people, the guys must be different, right? The sales guy and then the operation guys must be different. All because sometimes in the small company, sales and operation guy is a one guy, so no point to have the meeting, right?
Yeah, depends on the organization
Yes.
wide as well, and depend on the hierarchy of the organization. I mean, the line, is it a very straightforward organization line, or is a quite few number of people or number of management team? Yeah, it can be customized locally.
Yes. Yeah.
But if only a single person, doesn't make point to run it.
Yeah, because sometimes he is the manager, he's the supervisor, and then he's the staff as well. Okay, Pak. Okay, we can discuss with our friend. Good night, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. And then this is a question from Pak Suryo. What happened if the company doesn't have SNOP? Can you answer that, Mr. Fajar?
Okay. Of course, we need to have a look what is the goal of the company. I mean, what is the objective to the company run a business. If we recall to the title that supply chain contribute to the financial overall financial performance, and SNOP part of that, means that the company didn't know how many profits that I make if I didn't run the SNOP. Because planning, yes, SNOP is a planning, but the important one, if you don't have a plan, how you gonna execute? Because company also has a plan to run the business. We cannot conduct a spot execution or ad hoc execution without a very good plan. So we need to recall the objective of the company. If the company has a very straightforward, doesn't want to calculate how much money left in the pocket, so maybe they can do it as an OP, but they don't know how to leverage the profits in the future, because the SNOP is part of the activity that supposedly can measure how much money. Maybe the sales they are oriented to making a revenue,
Yes.
but they don't see the bottom line. They just want to, I have achieved the target, but the other part,
Yes.
to achieve the target, am I sacrifice a lot of costs? So that's really difficult for salespeople to justify, because they don't have a mind to be go to the financial or the bottom line performance.
Yes.
And the other part, the operation, they need also to taking care about the cost. We knew that operation is something a very systematic process. They cannot a flexible like sales, but there should be a trade-off between the commercial and the operation, which is to save and keep the bottom line. So that's I hope can answer you, Pak Suryo.
Yes, yeah. Because by the nature, sales and operation people is different. Yeah, the nature of sales, they can sell everything without a constraint, might be, but the operation guy, if you talk about a number, there will be a constraint like a capacity. Yeah, by nature they are different. Yeah, I totally agree with
Yes.
you, Pak Fajar. Okay, the
Yeah.
next questions. Yeah, there are questions, but before we have good evening. Uh, yeah, good evening everyone. Mr. Sutanto Rivaldi, Mr. Meo Asalam. Yeah, good evening everyone. Thank you for joining. And this is a question from Pak Abi Prasetya. Can it be faster process? 18 days seems quite long. Yeah, regarding the SNOP, you mentioned 18 days in a month. Yeah, Pak Fajar, can you elaborate and answer the concern from Pak Abi Prasetya?
Yes, 18 days, 18 working days. Yes, probably it's for you or for other company. Maybe they feel a little bit long, because it depends. I think it depends how the horizon, or how the what the horizon that you are going to execute. Because we actually make a cycle. For example, for September execution, we run since beginning of August until we will conduct the final SNOP meeting on the 26th or 25th. All the sign-off documents will be passing through all the division by 26th of August. We still have 4 days to wrapping up and make it a preparation to be executed in September. But for sure, if we want to stretching less than 18 days, is still possible, but you need to help by some justification from other department, especially from the commercial side. Usually, if the commercial able to improve the feasibility of the forecast and also the demand, it can be go fast. Maybe for 2 or 3 days, they making a decision how much I'm going to sell. Yes, it can be squeezed within 3 to 4 days. But the quality of the validation, when you evaluate the actual, it's something that you have to understand. Are they making a right decision to sell, or are they still have a lot of improvement on the demand accuracy or the demand quality of the commercial? Because the demand is really crucial to bring the SNOP successful. Because the operation, it just follow the mechanism or the commitment from the sales. If sales didn't make a very good decision or have quality in the demand validation, there will be a problem in the executions.
Yes.
That's actually my answer. It's possible, but it's up to the organization if they want to squeeze up less than 18 days.
Okay.
But for us, actually, we start almost 20 days, yeah, 20 to 21. But now we already squeezed to 18 days.
18
It's
days.
already good for us. Previously, we more than 20 days, 21 or 22, yeah, when we start SNOP 5 years ago. Because the help from the system itself, the Akumatica platform, it's also improve our analysis and the productivity of the supply chain planner.
Okay. So
That's my answer, Pak Abi.
yes, yeah. It's very good, Pak. And then Pak Krisnov also have a question related to the cycle time. The question is this cycle time depends on the scale of business, yeah? Because you mentioned 18 days or before is like a 3 weeks, yeah, 21 days. Is it depends on the scale of the business, Pak? How about the like a SME, yeah, small medium enterprise? Do they need to have like a 3 week cycle as well, like you?
I think for the company who run a business in the service or in the small medium enterprise that who do not produce, who do not because there is a buy and then there is a make. For the trading company, maybe they don't need to run the SNOP for almost 18 days. But for the manufacturer like us, because there are a lot of parameters, we also imported some materials from overseas. We also conduct some, reviewing our outstanding order from the local vendor, the domestic vendors. So we produce with two different business unit, paper and packaging. So we are working with a very quite complex. So very different with the trading company because they just not make, but they buy. So maybe it's a different treatment. The supply cycle maybe can be squeezed very short because they need from I want to buy, I want to make a revenue 1,000, and then I need to buy from other company, and then I can sell straightly because I already identify the difference between the buying price and then the selling price to my client. So maybe it can be squeezed maybe less than 10 days, for example, because it's a trading company, right? The servicing company as well, it can be very short because they didn't manage the inventory, the many variable inventory like us. But it's very possible, yeah, Pak Krisnov. It depends when the company works, scope, and the type of the company business. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Pak Fajar, for the explanation. I hope the question from Pak Krisnov and then Pak Abi Prasetya already answered. And then this is from Pak Didan Ramdhani. Hello, hello. Okay, I can answer 3 times hello ya Pak. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for joining us, Pak Didan Ramdhani. And then the question from Pak Suryo Prasetya. The number shows a very good number in the impact in your company, Pak. Does it also boosted by other initiative other than the integrated supply chain? Is it another initiative involved to give the good number in your company, Pak Fajar?
Okay. Yeah, if I recall, what was the project that we run before we go ahead with the SNOP project? We also have some mini project in that activity, along with the SNOP project implementation. Like we also set up inventory management project. We also make a new rule about the like some spare part management, centralized spare part management project at that time. We also run the project called centralized warehouse and distributions. So those projects is accompany the change management through SNOP in 5 years ago. So means that it's very influencing for the SNOP takeoff. SNOP implementation takeoff 5 years ago in my company. So certainly without those mini projects, it cannot be smoothen the takeoff of the SNOP. So the data that I present, especially the tangible one, is actually came up from the dashboard, which is automatically this is a live data translate from the SAP and reviewed by our top management. Certainly, the integrated supply chain is work, and what we need is how to leverage up, because there is a room, especially in the past 1 year when we foresee the cigarette market decline quite rapid. Then we need to came up with another solution from the innovation side. That's actually we are strengthened our SNOP to more working on the innovation part. We mean that the new product introduction is part of our focus on. So I hope that it's
Yes.
answer your question, Pak
Suryo.
Suryo.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for the answer, Pak Fajar. And this is another question from Pak Budi Purba ya. Sorry I asked in bahasa. Let me translate it to you ya, Pak Fajar. So the question is Pak Budi Purba already conclude that the challenges in the implementation of SNOP is the first about the system, the second about the people, and then the third is about the process. Yeah, and he seek the advice from you. Which one will be the concern or the investment if the company want to implement the SNOP? Yeah, from those three, Pak. System, people, and process might be the challenges, right? What is the concern or investment from your perspective? What is the advice, Pak?
Okay, my advice, you need to ensure that you have a proper and a very sophisticated process. What I mean sophisticated, it doesn't have to be a very, like a very super process. But what you need is just a straightforward process that I mentioned in my slide. You need to have a revenue plan, which is coming from the commercial guy, and it can be translated in one formal letter, the commitment from the sales, and the strategic, not the strategic, the tactical action plan, if they want to accompany the execution, supposed to be part of the number that they have present or they have sent to us, because we in supply chain is the one who accountable running the process, the SNOP process. So the sales is responsible for the process, the operation responsible for taking care the capacity, the scheduling, the manpower, and also the routing parameters. It's a very, and the financial also already commit with the number, the target from the shareholder, the stakeholder. The people, I think the people and the process is integrated. The people have to be understand the benefit from the SNOP, because the people, when they don't understand the benefit from the SNOP, the benefit from them, so they won't be able to run the activity smoothly, or maybe there will be a disconnect between the people execute and the company targeted. And the system, okay, I mentioned about the process is 50% important. The people is 30 to 40%. The system is only maybe 10%. What inside the process I already present in my slide, but the people is the understanding, the commitment, the consensus, and also the transparency. That's actually should be bonding in the people. So if you want which one is the concern which need to be invest for the short-term periods and the medium, you need to more focus on the people and also the process. But for the long term, maybe after 3 years or 5 years, so you can add on the technology, the system, like our company. We just ensuring the people ready the process. Imagine the people and the process is the car. If you change the car, but the people understanding or the people knowledge, they are not really aligned with the new car, so there will be a trouble. They still using the habit using the previous car, although the new car is very expensive because you add on the technology. That's actually my answer, Pak.
Yes.
Budi Purba.
Yeah, brilliant, Pak. Yeah, because sometimes, we can see a company invest in the high technology, but at the end, nobody want to use it, because they don't know what is the features. Yeah, like you say, like how come the company invest in high tech technology like a Ferrari, but actually the people, the manpower, they don't have ability to drive the Ferrari. Yeah, very good, Pak.
Yeah.
Okay, so number one is process, the second is people, Pak. Okay. And then this is questions from Pak Krisnov. Evening, Pak Fajar. What did you use before Akumatica? Is it really hard before integration by system? So can you answer that, Pak, about the Akumatica? Because you mentioned about the Akumatica between the SAP and then your SNOP.
Well, truly speaking, in the first 3 years, we are using maybe a most common company use to run the SNOP. We are using a Super Excel.
Okay.
It's the Excel spreadsheet. That's actually very cheap, but the challenge is how to speed up and how to make sure my team running the SNOP in a very productive way. I mean, we need to have a more time for analysis rather than compare to modify the formula in Excel, modify the macro formula. Sometimes we update a new master data in the BOM in SAP, and then the impact in the Excel spreadsheet, we have to modify again the formula, and sometimes there is a minor typo. That's actually the challenge when we use Excel spreadsheet, because we understand the decision in SNOP that decided by the top management is a very crucial. That's why we don't want to be stuck just to collect the data, running the data, provide the data without have a strong background of analysis what was happened behind the data. That's why we embark Akumatica entering the 4th year of the implementation, because we need to improve our quality analysis from our supply chain planner. They are analysts. They are not administration. That's why this is the strong justification to the management why we need Akumatica is a part of our technology that adopted by the company for running SNOP. Yeah, I hope it's answer,
Okay.
Pak Krisno.
Yes,
Your
but one
question.
question, Pak. Do you still use Excel?
Yes, but very little
Very little.
because
Okay.
Excel very little
Okay.
because we need some. Okay, what truly speaking, we still working a forecast generation or
Yeah.
forecast validation from different software from different platform. We use a Forecast Pro,
Oh,
and
okay.
then Forecast Pro, we are not connect directly to our Akumatica. So we still need to translate it into Excel because Excel has flexibility to analyze the previous statistical data. So that's why we still run forecast data, output data before validated by commercial guys in Excel spreadsheet.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah, yeah. We can see that although we already implement a high sophisticated system, Excel still exists, ya, Pak, to help us.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Pak Fajar. And good evening for Pak Muntiono. Good evening, Pak. And then Pak Franz Surya Pahala Ginting. Yeah, thank you, Pak. And then this is a question from Pak Slamet Leo for you, Pak Fajar. Pak Fajar, your
Yes,
company.
Pak Slamet.
The question is, your company had increased demand accuracy a lot, and for B2B, like your company, and the demand is more realistic by the SNOP. And how about B2C business, Pak? It seemed difficult because demand is affected by push selling from sales team. Yeah, what is your opinion about the questions, Pak Fajar, about the B2C? Yeah, because your business is B2B, right? And how about if the B2C, is it effective to implement the SNOP?
My answer is truly effective also for B2C. When I was in my previous company before BMJ, in my introduction slide, I also part of the supply chain who involved in the SNOP in Kraft, for example, or in L'Oreal. They also have SNOP meeting, SNOP, like cockpit meeting lah, something like that. But B2C is more on the push selling, make a stock as much as in the distributor to ensure the availability. But the important one is the accountability here. What I mean is SNOP didn't differentiate. Is it appropriate for B2B or B2C? But for those company who has a plan to selling and who produce the product or make a product either through make to stock or make to order, they have to construct the plan through the SNOP. In my previous company like Kraft and L'Oreal, they call it not SNOP but commercial and operation meeting. But the essentially or the content is like SNOP. They balance the demand and supply according to the capacity, according to the manpower that they have, according to the raw material that they have, the manufacturer have a constraint. So it has to be transparently sharing during the meeting. In some occasion, sales want to achieve a target, especially for the end year. So there will be a potential increasing on the cost, which is impact to the bottom line. It can be affordable for the top management as long as it's already agreed between both of division. So doesn't matter, Pak. If you want to run in the B2C with the push selling, it's fine. But as long as you work with the distributor, make sure, because like B2C is something like work in the distributor. Make sure your distributor part of your SNOP as well. So because the distributor holding your stock level, right? So inventory. So you need to tie up and make sure they are engaged and bonding in your SNOP process.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's my
Okay.
answer.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Pak Fajar. And then this is a testimonial for you, Pak Fajar. Very good answer, Pak. Keep sharing and then keep inspired. Yeah, from Pak Budi Purba. Okay, thank you, Pak Budi.
Yeah.
And then from Pak
Thank
Sugeng
you.
Prasetya.
Thank you.
Thank you for the sharing. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome, Pak. It is a pleasure to have you as well in this channel. Okay, I think we already enough answering the questions. So thank you again, our friend, and thank you also to Pak Fajar for sharing about integrated supply chain. Any closing remarks from you, Pak Fajar?
Thank you. Okay. My message here actually, please make sure that your company, for everyone, those working for either B2B or B2C company, please make sure that you have a proper plan to selling and to make sure the bottom line, because we are talking about end to end, right? So end to end is represented by SNOP. So if you entrance to the SNOP, so you will know actually what will be the benefit in your financial plan. If you don't know, maybe the sales guy, they are working on the revenue side, they need also to know what will be the money left in the pocket in the financial performance. The production guys, the manufacturing guys, or the enabling support team, they also part of the one who run the commitment to produce what sales that have make a commitment. So I think that's all. My wrap up statement, Pak Denny.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Pak Fajar, for sharing and everything. And have a good evening, Pak Fajar. Thank you.
Have a good evening. Yeah.
Okay, thank you again to everyone, our friend who joined this channel and then spending your time to following our discussion and then the presentation from our guest speaker tonight. And then again, from ESCM, Enabling Supply Chain Management, we would like to say to you, keep healthy in this pandemic situation. So see you again in the next session, and then we will talk about a very interesting topic every week. And see you again. Have a good evening. Goodbye.